Good evening, I'm Mark Wright and this is Black Country News. These are your 4:30 headlines. Our first news story and good news for businesses as the A41 Bilston Road has finally reopened in Wolverhampton. Zamina Khan reports.
Midland Metro Alliance buses have confirmed their work on the road is complete. The A41 Bilston Road is finally open to traffic after resurface and replacement on the road, which began earlier this year.
When it was partly closed, it did make a difference on the school runs, so it's great now to see it back open.
The place, and we've been on transport for special schools. It was putting us out, getting to school late and what have you.
Due to testing and training taking place, tram stops that were closed due to the work will not open until later this month. The tram services should set to return by the 10th of December. Midland Metro are tweeting regular updates about the works. Zamina Khan, Black Country News.
Disruption is on the cards for Virgin train commuters. The rail union RMT have announced a series of strike days on the West Coast line. Our correspondent Anjali Khan has the latest.
Virgin West Coast staff plan to strike actions over pay disputes, RMT have announced today. The union demanded an equal offer for its Virgin West Coast members to that earned by drivers. The strike is supported with nearly 18 train managers on board catering, station and retail grades on the West Coast route from Glasgow down to Euston. Members of the strike have been instructed with dates for the strike between 15th of December till late January next year.
The Westminster Police have released images of suspects who have been involved in
the latest crime. Now here is Hamza Zamir with the latest crime news.
The Westminster Police have released images of suspects who have been involved in disorder that took place during October's football match between Birmingham City Football Club and Aston Villa. If you recognise any of these faces shown in this image, please contact the police at 101. 47-year-old Marius Wawalzo has been jailed over his horror M6 crash. He fell asleep while driving at 43 miles per hour and hit a Volkswagen Polo and Toyota Verso. The victim, aged 50, spent weeks in hospital suffering from her injuries, which were broken ribs and vertebrae. Marius has been jailed for 16 months. Police are investigating after a girl was seriously injured following collision on Warsaw earlier this morning. Officers were called to Litchfield Road just after 4:30 a.m. Following reports, a Ford Focus has left the carriageway and struck a stationary vehicle on a driveway. A 12-year-old passenger has been injured. Anyone with more information, please contact the Westminster Police at 101. Now back to you at the studio.
Dozens of deer are killed on roads across a Staffordshire beauty spot every month. Now wildlife experts are using cutting-edge technology to reduce animal casualties there. Lynn Butler reports.
I'm here today on Cannock Chase in Staffordshire to find out more about a groundbreaking scheme to cut deer deaths on rural roads across the county. There are between 800 and 1,000 red, fallow and muntjac deer living on Cannock Chase. But each year around a fifth of the population is killed on roads across the beauty spot. Forest Ranger Rob Taylor has secured £3,000 of funding for an initiative he hopes will reduce accidents across the Chase's busy network of roads.
We've installed these new electronic deer deterrents, first in the UK. They use them in America, Australia, Europe, and we've installed them every 50 metres along this road, and they're interacted by car headlights, and they emit a sound and some flashing lights to alert the deer, to startle them, to stop running in front of a car when a car comes.
On some stretches, motorists cross a deer route every 2 seconds if travelling at 40 miles per hour. Wildlife campaigner Faye Burton says the scheme is vital for the chase.
It is important because we get loads of people coming to Cannock Chase to look at the deer. And you know, this is a place where people can come. It's free to see the deer. We get children away from the televisions and that sort of thing, and that is why it is important. And also for the deer, you don't want to see deer suffering, lying on the side of the road, you know, kicking away. It's unpleasant for children to see. So what the lobby's doing now is a very, very important piece of work.
Anecdotal evidence has already shown a drop in deer deaths since the deterrents were installed. This is Lynn Butler for Black Country News, Cannock Chase.
It's a big game for Wolves tonight. Let's cross over to our sports reporter, Andrew Rigby, to find out more.
And here with me is a Wolves fan called Simon. Thank you very much for joining us. So first of all, today manager Nuno Santo has claimed that the new signings has been a stroke of luck of how well they've integrated into the team. Do you agree with that?
To a sense I do, but I think it's more to do with the manager coming in with the right formation, his own players and the Portuguese contingent.
Awesome. Tonight it's a big rivalry between Wolves and Birmingham. Do you think that compares to the likes of West Brom and Aston Villa?
It's not as big, but certainly they are essentially the town next over, and you will find that any away game will be fully sold out and there'll be no difference today.
Awesome. Wolves are obviously top of the table, but Birmingham find themselves in the relegation zone. Do you think Wolves will think this is quite an easy game tonight, or do you think they'll be up for it?
Well, we've won the last 4. They're struggling to score goals, but at the same time we cannot underestimate Birmingham, because at the end of the day this isn't a competitive rivalry, it is a derby, and form goes out the window.
Awesome. What do you think the score is going to be tonight?
Well, we've scored 40 goals, they've scored 10. I'm going to go for 2-0 to Wolves.
Awesome, well, all the best. The game kicks off tonight at 7:45 p.m. Back to you, Marco.
Thanks for that, Andrew. And now here's the weather with Adelina.
Thanks, Marco. Well, I'm here at the University of Wolverhampton as they prepare to get festive. The Christmas tree is up, the lights are going on, and the sun is about to set. But what does that mean when it comes to weather? Well, it'll be a calm start to the evening, with a cloudy skies and temperatures peaking at 9 degrees with lows of 4. Then chances of rain are highly unlikely, but there is still a 20% chance, so keep an umbrella with you at all times. The real feel as of this moment 7 degrees with winds reaching 7 miles per hour. I'm Adelina Kopacci, back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Adelina. That's all from me now. I'm Marco Wright and this is Black Country News. Make sure to check our Twitter at WeAreBCN and our website at www.wix.com/Black Country Newsroom. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.